My husband turned me, no, not my husband, my ex-husband actually turned me into a poor woman, and thanks to him, I now have to suffer to make ends meet. Because guess what? My family disowned me after I decided to go against their will and marry him at the young age of 18. Now, this is not my story. This is the story of Alice Iyabo Ogunro, who, when she got married, became Alice Iyabo Ojo. Yes, the 45-year-old Nigerian actor, producer. Yes, she granted an interview. Actually, she was a guest on a podcast, and she revealed some never told before details about her life with her ex-husband. Now, Iyabo Ojo has publicly said that ending her marriage was one of the toughest things she had to do, even though she had no business getting married at the age she did, and that she had a lot of trouble in the marriage, and she was really worried that, being a single mother was going to be a stigma that will affect her for the rest of her lives. But she's glad that she made that decision and came out with 2 beautiful children who are her life and who she can boast of anywhere that she raised well. Those are all the things she has said, but she's never gone into serious detail about the kind of man she got married to, and also about her own background growing up. Only that her mother was, only that she had a big issue with her mother, and they reconciled later in her life, and she was taking care of her mother. They had a good relationship until this woman's demise a few years ago. And not just that, she has said it herself that her mother raised her single-handedly, and that was also one of the things that scared her, being a single mother, having to become a single mother. But Iyabo Ojo has also revealed that her father was a drug addict. She made this statement really recently, that the man was a drug addict, although from a very wealthy family, and so she was raised in a wealthy home. She said that their house in number 2 Obanikoro in Lagos was an abode for the influential and the affluential in the society, saying they had nothing like tenants, and she knew nothing about tenancy or renting, or not even having lights, because they had an industrial generator that whenever electricity supply is cut off, they have a steady means of getting light, and that life was just really good. She had a guardian, she had a nanny, and things were fine for her until she met Mr. Ojo, who at the time was a clearing officer in Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, he was a clearing officer in Lagos, Nigeria. Clearing agents basically in Lagos, Nigeria. And at the age of 18, she rebelled against her parents, or because her parents told her this man is not good for you. But she rebelled against them, saying, you guys have promised that anybody we say want to marry, you're going to have to accept them, so you have to accept this man. And when she was insisting, she was cut off. She said that her grandfather, who had died as a then, had some sort of clause in his will that allowed the grandchildren make money. So as at that time, she had over 100,000 naira in her account. So think 1997, 98, an 18-year-old girl having over 100,000 naira in her account. She was a rich woman as at then. So she said she fought her parents, got the money out of the account, and moved in with this man who she loved. And it was when she now got into his house, a one room, that she realized that, okay, this compound was rented. This woman is not like your aunt, because he already also lost his mom as at then. This person is not your aunt or somebody. This is your landlady. All these people, they are your neighbors. And because she said as a then, the only idea she had of a family was having of a house or a home was having family members live with you in that home, and there was nothing like tenancy for her. Although that part of her statement raised eyebrows, because people are saying, you say you lived in Obanikoro, that's where you grew up and you had all of these exotic lifestyle. But also Obanikoro is not like VGC or the island or somewhere where everybody around you are elite, and they are in the same pay grade. Obanikoro is where people who are averagely living, who are even poor, live hard. So what you mean is you don't know there was something like tenancy, or there was something like not having constant power supply, or having to be hungry, among other things. But Iyabo Ojo said that was our experience, and in our own case, of course, we are going to have to stick by whatever Iyabo Ojo has to say. The juicy part of all of this is she's saying that the marriage she had with this man, although it ended a few years after, that was after she welcomed her second child, Priscilla, back in 2001. She said that Marrying him now made her realize there was something called poverty, because she now started to she now had to, you know, dig deep and realize she liked entrepreneurship. That was how she started, you know, having a business that she's been into, one business or the other, from the tender age of 21, because her parents cut her off, so she couldn't go back to the home, and then money became tight, and then she started having children. And that was when she realized that asking this man for 1 naira was not going to happen. This man was not willing to do anything in the home, and she had to be carrying all of the cross and the basic amenities that they need. No, paying for all of those things, especially with somebody who has, you know, a toddler and a baby who she's still taking care of. She said all of these things and many more were some of the things that, you know, are some of the things actually that led her to leaving her ex-husband, Mr. Ojo. We don't know if both of them are cordial now, or they have some sort of, you know, arrangement for the kids, but we do know that our children are grown. And a few years ago, they shared a picture of themselves with their father, saying that would be the first time they will see the man in a few years. The man apparently is now in the US and no longer in Nigeria. Iyabo Ojo did not remarry. She's been single, raising her children, and just basking in the pride of being a single mother who has successfully raised 2 adults in Nigeria society. But of course, some other things are involved. She's now seeing Paul Okoye. They have an amazing relationship. They just returned to Nigeria from Canada a few days ago, and you know, both of them have said they have no intention of remarrying one another. They just want to be together, enjoy their blended unit. You know, Iyabo Ojo is coming with 2 kids. Paul also has 2 children who are also grown, by the way. Both of them are old people. I mean, they are not young exactly. Iyabo Ojo is 45 years old, and of course Polo is older than she is. Iyabo Ojo says she's very, very much in love with Paul Okoye, and she's just appreciative and also glad that she was able to toil, because then she took a break from her acting when she got married to Mr. Ojo. She took a break from acting to focus on being a wife and raising her kids, and so when that ended, she had to also return to the movie industry to make movies. And of course, you can applaud her, because she's made movies that have earned her money alongside some of the other businesses that she runs in the society today. Polo is good, she's good. They say they love each other. Their children are blended now, among other things. So you can say that it's all turned for good for Iyabo. And according to her, it has also let her, you know, go outside to touch grass and relate and empathize better with average Nigerian when they are talking about how difficult it is to manage some things as a Nigerian, especially since those with silver spoon or those from a wealthy home might not be able to relate. So she's saying she's grateful she had to go through that, because that's a path that our life also had to take. And if you agree with that in the comment section, you can let me know. I'm going to see you in the next one. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do so. Yeah, that's it. Share this video, like it if you enjoyed it, and bye.